Hi guys, welcome to Ministries, a channel that helps you fill your pot with the Word of God. My name is Marina Peters and God bless you so much for tuning in. Today's Word of God is going to come from the book of Exodus, and this book has a lot of teachings. I love the story of the Israelites, and I talk to you about the strategies that the enemy is using against you, the strategies that Pharaoh used against the Israelites. And so we are learning from this. The first strategy that I told you about was the enemy wants to keep you in bondage. The second strategy, you can watch it in the other video. If you've not seen my other video, watch the second strategy. Now, today I'm going to talk about the third strategy that the enemy is using against you. Let's go back to the Bible because we want to get everything out of the Bible. All our points have to come from the Bible and not anywhere else. So let's go to the Bible from the book of Exodus chapter 14, and we start from verse 9. The Bible tells us, "So the Egyptians pursued them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen and his army, and overtook them camping by the sea beside Pi-hahiroth before Baal-zephon." So the Bible is telling us that the enemy has pursued the Israelites and have now overtaken the Israelites. So the number three strategy that I would like to introduce to you today is the enemy is there to overtake you. The enemy is trying to overtake you. And what is his goal after overtaking you? His goal after overtaking you is to make you fear. So he wants to overtake you so that he can install fear in you. Fear is number one weapon that the enemy like using against the people of God, because he knows the moment that you fear him, then things are not going to work according to the way that you want them to work. The moment you're afraid, you are going to say things that you never meant to say. The moment you're afraid, your tendency of sinning is higher. The moment that you're afraid, you will start blaming others. The moment you're afraid, you will start doing things that you ask yourself, well, why did I do that? So this is the number three strategy of the enemy, to overtake you and then to make you fear him, not fear the Lord, to make you fear him. So let's see what verse 10 says. "And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. So they were afraid. And the children of Israel cried out to the Lord." So the Israelites realized that the Egyptians are marching behind them. The enemy is coming for them. And so the Israelites were afraid. It's not easy to describe the situation because I can relate to the Israelites very well. Imagine in front of you there's a Red Sea. Behind you is the enemy. And not just the enemy alone, but the enemy with his armies, the enemy with his chariots, his horsemen is behind you. And before you is the Red Sea. How would you react if you were in a position of the Israelites? I want you to try to understand the situation, because sometimes we judge too much on the stories that is in the Bible, but I can really relate to this story. If it were me, I would be afraid too. The Israelites were afraid, and I like what they did. The first step was to cry to the Lord. The moment you notice fear in your life, the moment you notice that now something is making me to fear, or now I can see the enemy so clear working in my life, number one thing to do that the Israelites are teaching us here is that cry to the Lord. Cry to the Lord for help. It's not bad to cry to the Lord. There's nothing wrong with it. Let no one tell you crying is bad. Let no Christian tell you that when you cry, you don't have faith. Crying is okay. When you're hurt, you cry. When you feel like things are against you, you cry. If it will make you feel better afterwards, release those emotions. Cry if you have to cry. Don't let anyone tell you that if you have faith, you don't need to cry. Don't let anyone tell you that if you have faith, if you're a child of God, then you will not cry, that you don't need to cry. You have to tolerate everything, even if they hurt you, you can't cry. No, that's a lie. Cry if you have to cry. Cry to the Lord because you're hurt. And the enemy has made them come to a position where now they are crying to the Lord because they are afraid. You know, I told you in my previous video how they were walking out with boldness because they didn't see the enemy at that time. They knew the Lord has protected them. The Lord has got them out of Egypt. But right now they see the Egyptians behind them. They are afraid and they're crying to the Lord. Then they start something that I call the blame game. This is now where they got it wrong. They got it totally wrong here. Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, you have taken us away to die in the wilderness. Why have you so dealt with us to bring us out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone so that we may serve the Egyptians? This is going to be in the next video. Don't miss out. God bless you.